the second live stream. So I will say good evening for many of you. I think in America it's evening, and I will say midnight here in Belgium, in Europe, it's midnight. So let's see first. I have again my iPad here. So I will check if there are any questions. If we start and there are not coming any questions, I have an iPad with Q&As that was asked in the previous videos, and then I will answer these questions. Maybe there's a question from you here on this iPad, but if I see a question popping up on my screen besides me, an iPad, then I will try to answer it as good as possible. Don't get mad if I don't see directly your question. Try to ask them again, and I will try to answer it as soon as possible. Okay, so in Texas it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so I was saying good evening, but it's still afternoon. Here it's midnight, so it's actually 12 o'clock. So I was really scared that nobody was watching, but I was checking all these times on a time schedule and the complete world, and that's why I came up with 2 live streams, so everybody can enjoy them. I see hello from Australia, so I would say Australia, good morning. For you it's Sunday morning, I think. So good morning. So have a coffee, have a croissant. We say here croissant. So bon appétit in Australia. Okay, Rosie was at my last stream. Okay, so like 7 hours ago I started my first stream, and it take like 1 hour and a half. So maybe it will take now also 1 hour and a half. Or 1 hour, it depending how much questions I can answer. Okay, okay, Beauty Cat is also from Belgium, or not. So Angola, okay, welcome. Angola, England is also here. So Australia, already said Australia. So it's really amazing for me. It's still mind-blowing that people from all over the world is watching my videos. It's something I cannot reach with my head. It's crazy that everybody all around the world. I have India, I have Russia, America, Argentina, Mexico. Oh, Miami, Florida. Okay, very good. Normally I would go in April this year to Miami and all Florida, but again, by Corona, it's not possible. So we are going to do it next year in April, because it's a holiday in Belgium and I have to take my kids to Disney World. So it's going to be for next year. So we will meet maybe next year. Okay. So I will start with a first question that I have. And again, last time there were people that are really kind and they support my channel by donating something. It's not obligated. You can ask your question right away. I will answer all, but you can do it, so it's possible. Okay, I have a question here from Vex Fence, and the question is, what do you think about using Schwarzkopf Blonde Me Bleach 20 volumes on hair that was bleached once and it was light brown, and it's spacing a month apart? Should I bleach it sooner or later? And should I bleach the regrowth with the already bleached hair at the same time? Okay, I will take that apart. So okay, yes, Blonde Me is a really big thing for me. I use Blonde Me in my salon. That's the main thing. After tomorrow I will put a link underneath here in the comment section or in the description a link to order Blonde Me, and you can do it with 20 volumes or 30 volumes. I already like here that Vex Fans is saying bleach with 20 volumes because everything is possible with 20 volumes, but maybe you have to do it twice. And she's doing also, and she's going to do it a month apart. Should she do it sooner or later? A month apart is great, but you can do it sooner. You can wait 1 week, let your hair some rest, do some treatments, and then bleach it again. You can also bleach it at the same day. That's possible, but then you have to be very careful. Because bleach is very powerful for the first 30 minutes, and then the second 30 minutes it's going a little bit flatter. So for example, you want to lift 6 levels, you're going to lift 4 levels in the first 30 minutes and then 2 levels in the next 30 minutes. So 30 minutes, rinse it off, and then again 30 minutes. No conditioner or no treatment in between, otherwise you will block the bleach. So, well, that's possible, but you have to be sure that everybody knows their hair the best. If it's thin, if it's fragile, don't do that. But it's how we do it in the salon. So don't grab 40 volumes and try to do it in once, nearly impossible. And should she do the bleach on the regrowth with already bleached hair at the same time? Well, it depends. Are you reaching the right amount of level on the length already? Didn't you reach the level? Well, first you have to reach the level on the length. First of all, if you want to bleach your hair, first focus on the length. If the length is good, then you say, okay, now I'm going to bleach the regrowth. You cannot start doing the regrowth if the length is not the right level that you want. Otherwise, you will hurt yourself. Bleach on your scalp is hurting, and it's bleaching so fast, it's going so fast, you don't have to worry about that. Of course, if you have such a regrowth, it's not possible that this part is going to bleach very fast. I'm talking about 1 centimeter like this. So first, do the length, bleach the length. You will not hurt, you will damage your hair, yes, but first consider the length. If the length is okay, then do the regrowth. Okay, so I hope this was clear with this first question. I will check first if there are already questions here. Congratulations, félicitations, because we are in Quebec, and hello Quebec, Canada. It's lovely, it's on my list to visit, but I know tu parles français en Québec aussi. Moi, je ne parle pas très bien français parce que français, ce n'est pas mon... Okay, it's not my good. I don't know. I'm trying. I have French in school, but it's not working for me. For some reason, it's not going inside my head. I can talk a little bit, but not much. And then again, English was not something I learned in school, and then I can do it better. So I don't know why. So, but hey Quebec, bienvenue dans la life. Okay. Jessica, your reactions are hilarious. Thank you for the laughs. I'm very happy that you are laughing, and it's not always my intention to make you laugh. It's not my intention to laugh at people, but my intention of making this video is giving you tips. And okay, there is some entertainment, and sometimes I'm losing my mind of seeing something, doing something crazy, but I'm very happy that that I entertain you. It's the second thing that then I want to do, but I want to give some hair tips so you don't make the same mistakes as they are. Okay, a question. I see. I'm 33 years old, white female with curly hair, 3A level, 3 curly hair, 3A, brown level 5. I want to get a color for the first time, a lot of grays. I want to keep my curls but not go darker. she's going to see a professional. Well, I don't see any problem. If you have gray hair and you want to color your hair brown, there will be no damaging. If your hairdresser is knowing what they are doing, there will be no damaging at all. Because brown is nearly not changing or not melting your pigments, it's just adding some pigments. So there will be no damaging. Your curls will be nourished if it's a color with extra oils in it, so it will be nourished, so your curls will be nice, so don't worry about that. Okay, next question. I'm use Feria multi-faced shimmering color, what a name, box dye to make my light brown hair medium blonde. Well, you are, let's see, light brown and you want to go to medium blonde. Normally a box dye is just a normal color. And a box dye is not so powerful to go to blonde. Maybe you can lift one level up if you are lucky. But if you are brown and you want to go to blonde, so light brown, medium blonde, that's 2 levels. Normally a normal, good, nourishing box dye will not go to blonde. It will be orange because it's not possible. So damage, no, but you will reach many orange pigments. If you want to lift more than 2 levels, then you will have to wash off a little bit the brown and then put blonde on top of it. Otherwise, you will always have the underlying pigment coming up. And light brown is a lot of red pigments, a lot of orange pigments, and they will come up. So it will be a very, 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 let's say yellow. In our profession, we always say warm, but it will be yellow blonde. So if that's what you want, yes, it's possible. But normally, nobody wants an orange yellow blonde. So that's not possible. Oh, Israel, welcome Israel. Israel, it's really late for you. Also, I think Israel is a few hours ahead of us, so it's like 4 o'clock now at Israel, so you cannot sleep or, but welcome Israel, welcome. What can I do to achieve white blonde hair? I want to know which pigment I can use to cancel yellow from hair. Okay, so if you are from Israel, I think you are dark of hair color, natural. So if you want to have white, completely white, then you will have to eliminate all the yellow pigments, all the orange pigments. That means that you cannot go to white in one session. You will have to bleach 2 or 3 times before you can reach white level. If you are at 9 or 10, then you will have yellow pigments, and then you can slow them down with an, it depends which color you want. But I will take my coloring wheel. So if you are having yellow pigments here, then you will have to go to a purple shampoo or purple toner, because a shampoo is not doing the trick, but a purple toner to eliminate these pigments. If you have bleached your hair and it's not yellow, it's to the orange part, so yellow-orange, not quite orange, but in the middle, then you will have to go to blue to tone it. So this is something you have to keep in mind, because everybody is saying, I hear Wella T18, T14, it's a standard number, but it's not standard, it's never. You have to see, you cannot go to the store and buy a toner if you don't know yet which pigment you're going to have to kill. It's something, you will have to bleach it and see which pigment you have, and then buy the toner to see which pigment you have to come down. Or you have to buy 2 toners based on blue and based on purple. So you have the 2, and maybe you can return the one that you didn't use. But depending on what you achieve, orange or yellow, then you will have to go to the opposite to kill the yellow pigments. So I hope this was an easy as possible explanation of going to white, but you don't going to do it in one session. And a balayage in foils is bleaching faster. It's killing more yellow pigments than a complete bleach without the foil. So maybe you can do the lengths in very fine balayage and then go completely, so you have a lot of yellow pigments get rid of. So this is something we do in the salon. Okay, so I hope this was okay. When I brush my hair, it falls much out. Do you have tips? Okay. Well, it's depending how much you brush. For example, if you wait, there are some people that don't brush their hair many times in a week, and if you brush it at the end of the week, then a lot of hair is coming out. And you have to know, the longer your hair, the more visible it will be how much hair you are losing. If the shorter it is, it's not visible. So if you're losing a lot of hair, let's say more than 100 in a day, then it's something to consider. But it can be with a period of time. So you have a growing phase, a resting phase, and a fallout phase. If you are in the fallout phase, like I say, in the end of the year or in the beginning of the year, so let's say October, November, and then February, but this is for Belgium, it's depending on the change of the climate. So your body is not having a calendar in you, so it's depending on the weather changing, and then your hair is saying, okay, I start falling out. The end of the year is most fallout of the beginning of the year, but I don't know. I never lived in Australia. Maybe it's the opposite around in Australia, because their winter and summer is the opposite. So that's possible, but it's possible that this is a period that you are in, it's falling out. If it's a complete year and you see or you feel that your hair is coming thinner, then you have to go to the doctor if there is not something different that you have to do, something lack of vitamins in your body, iron short in your body. This is something that you have to see with the doctor, because not everybody is possible with a normal shampoo, for example. So how do you properly wash your hair that is 50 plus centimeters? Wow. This is long. Is it virgin hair? Wow, this is nice. Well, how do you do it? First of all, you have to make sure that the lengths are a good washed before you start at the roots, because the lengths need a lot of shampoo. So I believe you need a lot of shampoo in a month. But this is something you have to do first. First, the length. Don't rub it too aggressively, otherwise you will have problem of brushing it and then breakage will happen. So first the length and then do the regrowth, the scalp. So this is something, but a lot of conditioner I think you need to brush it out. And if you put some conditioner on the lengths and tips, wait a little bit and then brush it out. Otherwise you will break your hair if you brush it immediately after applying the conditioner. Wait a few minutes. So this is something important. What can cause a change in a curl pattern? Many things can. Hormonally, it's really important. For example, when I was a teenager, my friend had a girlfriend and she had a lot of curls, really big curls. And after a few months, she had some regrowth, and I was saying, oh, I didn't know it was a perm you had. She says, I don't have a perm. It's my natural hair. I said, you have a regrowth. It's like growing out. She says, okay, maybe it should be washed. It's normal. But 1 year later, she nearly had no curls left, and it was changing hormonally. So it's like when you're like in puberty, when later for a woman, it's really like pregnant, in the late ages, also different hormonally that's changing. That is something that's really important for a woman. And it also can change in winter and summer. It's depending on the weather conditions, how moisturized the climate is. So this is also very important. And if you are putting a lot of heat inside your house, you will have to make sure that there's a lot of moisture inside your house. Otherwise, you will have a big fly out and your curls will not be nice. So, but this is for everybody. If you have a lot of heat going on in your house in the winter, then you will have to put some moisturizing balls or a machine. Otherwise, you will have electric. You will have electric everywhere and you will have flyaway. So this is for everybody. But this is also very important for your curls. And you make sure that your curls is stayed as moisturized as possible. Always put a lot of moisture in your hair. That's really important. If your hair is not having enough moisture, then it will curl less. And if you are bleaching your hair, your curls will be less because you're taking all the moisture out. I see that with my wife. She had normally balayage and she had not so nice curls. It was really frizzy. It was really a wave but frizzy. We don't bleach it anymore and now she has really nice curls. So this proves if you bleach your hair, then it will kill your curls because you're taking all the proteins out of your hair. So it's something really, but many things can change your curls during the whole life. Okay, let's see. Any other question? Olivia, do you know why my hair would suddenly getting really greasy? Because last week I couldn't wash it every other day and now I get greasy every day. What should I do? Well, it's not so possible that your hair is getting really greasy from 1 week to another. It's really coming a longer period. But maybe it's something that changed in your life. Maybe you were sweating a lot at night. Maybe it was a weather condition. Maybe you applied the conditioner not correctly. It's building up. Maybe check it out. Pay attention. If it's in 1 month again every day that you have to do it, then it's something. Did you change your shampoo? That's a lot of things. It's really difficult for me to say why it's now changing, but it's not possible. Like last week I had to wash it 2 times every 2 days and now I have to wash it every day. There has to be something. Did you change the shampoo or was it something different? A conditioner that was not applied good? I don't know, but it's really strange that from 1 week to another it's happening. So that's something I don't know. Tips for bleach bath on purple blue hair. A bleach bath is way better than color oops or color remover or something, because these purple blue hair, these pigments, I don't know if they are direct pigments or semi-permanent pigments, but every pigment is different. But a bleach bath for me is also the best thing to get rid of all these colors. A bleach bath is mixed with bleach powder, 20 volumes, hot water and shampoo, and then you apply it and always check your hair. You apply it and check it. 1 minute later, check it. 1 minute later, check it. If you are doing that in the salon and we're standing on the washing base, we stand beside the model and we don't leave the model. We are checking it, checking it, checking it. Because on one point it's gone and you have to rinse it out off, otherwise you will go too far and you will hurt you're damaging your hair. So this is a bleach bath is really the best thing to get rid of all these pigments, all different kind of pigments. It's really a quick way to do it, and it's the least damaging way. The least damaging way is with baking soda, but I'm not a fan. It's in 9 of 10 cases is doing nothing, but then again it's not hurting your hair. So okay, it's coming very dry, but this is because of the baking soda, but it's not damaging your hair. But in many cases it's doing nothing. But a bleach bath is doing the case, but you have to stand. If it's enough for 2 minutes, then rinse it off. It's 5 minutes, rinse it off. But this is the best way to get rid of these blue and purple pigments, but for any pigments. So I hope it's okay. Okay. I have other questions. What do you think about leave-in conditioner for curly hair? Well, it's depending. The leave-in conditioner cannot be too heavy. If it's too heavy, it's depending what curls you have. If you have really fine, frizzy hair, then it can be very heavy. But a normal curling hair, it's not going to be so heavy. But a leave-in conditioner is very good because it has to be moisturized, not protein build. It has to be moisturizing conditioner, and then it will be good for your hair. Curls need moisture, so moisturizing leave-in conditioner, it's a very good thing for your curls. Your curls will be nice, less frizzy. So, and the more you do it, the better it will be after some time. It's not you have frizzy hair, you buy a product and you cannot believe after one use it will be better. It has to be built up, especially with products without no damaging ingredients. It will be better. But it will take a longer time. So I always use products without all these these parabens, these sulfates. It's really bad. So, but if you use that, it will take a longer time for visualizing the effect, but it will stay longer and your hair will benefits from it, and it will be less harsh for your scalp and for your blood. So okay, what do we have? Okay, you can drench your hair with olive oil to strip out red, purple, blue. I found it out by accident. Well, it's depending how deep these pigments are, and olive oil, it's really greasy. So it's possible, if the pigments are not completely inside your cuticle, that it will come off. It's possible. But it's not like olive oil. If you use a different kind of oil, it will be doing the same. But it's indeed possible. But you can try it first. But no, if you are putting a very greasy oil on your scalp and it's not working, the second application will be less working, like a bleach bath or any other color, because all these oils are inside your hair and it will block the second product. So you can try it, but don't do a second application, whatever, right after it, it will block. So it's the same thing with these, what is it, the oil that they are using always for protecting their hair, that I see in the many hair fails. It's amazing. It's blocking your bleach, and it's impossible to color. So I don't know. Coconut, yes, I see it. Thank you, Star L. Thank you. Coconut oil. It's amazing. Every time I see that coconut oil, I use coconut oil. It's okay to use coconut oil. I use coconut oil. I don't use it. I don't have any hair. But you can use coconut oil for restoring your hair. That's possible. You can use coconut oil for protection. But if your hair is like shoulder length and you don't want to color your lengths and you want to protect them for breakage, then you will put coconut oil on the length and you will color the regrowth. That's possible. You're protecting your length, you're treating them, and then you will color the scalp. That's possible. But what do I see? They put coconut oil and they are doing this. It's like the coconut oil is blocking all the bleach, so it's not possible. For protection, yes, but if you want to color the length, don't do it. Don't do it. It won't work. The bleach is not going to work, so stop doing the coconut oil. Somebody is saying, how could we forget? Yes, I know, but it slipped out of my head. Sometimes my head is wanting to forget the coconut oil, but yes, luckily you were here. Oh, I was thinking Olaplex. No, I'm a big fan of Olaplex. Olaplex or Fiberplex. It's the same thing. The one thing is from Schwarzkopf, the other one is from L'Oreal. So there are other plexes also from other brands, and it's really good. If you are putting it in the bleach, then it will less damaging your hair. But you have to know, if you're normally bleaching your hair and you rinse it off in 30 minutes and you are applying Olaplex or Fiberplex in your bleach, then you will have to consider to push it a little bit longer. Your bleach is going to be less aggressive, but also less working, less bleaching. So you have to put the time a little bit longer, but your hair will be less damaging. So that's possible. I could put Olaplex or Fiberplex after a bleach for restoring your hair, so that's also a very good thing. But if you are using this Blonde Me from Schwarzkopf, then the Olaplex or the Fiberplex is already inside the bleach, so 2-in-1. So this is also a very good thing. Why is Quick Blue so deadly? Well, Quick Blue, it's a good bleach in the 90s. Quick Blue is already existing a very long time, and you have many powders that is working with the same thing as Quick Blue, but Quick Blue is really drying your hair out really fast. There's no nourishing ingredients inside your hair. Yes, I see Quick Blue is quick dead, but it's really true. So it's like pure acid on your hair. So it will do its job, but it's really damaging your hair because it's a really old school bleach. There is no nourishing ingredients. Now there are many bleaches with Olaplex or Fiberplex inside that or no ammonia inside, that are a really better thing than Quick Blue. I don't know why Quick Blue is always selling so big. I don't know. We don't have it here in Belgium, but I see it many times. If I see somebody on the thumbnail with Quick Blue, I have to click on it because 9 of the 10, it's bad. It's really bad. But then again, it's fun to watch. No? Can we get a merch that says Quick Dead? I don't know. I was thinking about it. I have merch. And I was thinking about Quick Blue is Quick Dead. But then again, I think L'Oreal will not be happy with that. And I don't want any lawsuit against me. So I will step off the Quick Blue, Quick Dead. Otherwise, I don't want any problems with any company. So I think it will be not positively received, I think. So I don't know. Maybe I should check it with my lawyer if that will be okay. But okay. I love all your videos. I watch them all the time. Thank you very much because of you guys, I reached the 100,000 subscribers. I never believed I would receive that. I never think I will receive 10,000 subscribers when I started. And it really was like, I want to give hair tips. The first hair tips I did was in Dutch. You can see it in the old videos. in Dutch, and if I look it back, it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? It's really strange to see that, but it was like 2015, and then I did nothing in between of 2-3 years. But I want to leave them on my channel because then I see myself growing, and it's really important to see yourself growing and see what you did wrong. You don't have to embarrass yourself. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for the 100,000 subscribers. Like I said, I never believed it, that it was possible for a hairdresser from Belgium. So thank you so much. Thank you. Without you guys, it would not be possible. You earned it. Well, thank you very much. Congrats on the 100K. Thank you for keeping me entertained, especially after this last year. Yes, what a year is that? Luckily, we see the end far away because of the vaccination, and there are many countries that are vaccinating really fast and better than we are. But in the end, I think we have to stick up for a few months, and then from summer on, I hope our lives will be better. So I'm happy that I could entertain you in these difficult times, because there are many countries still in lockdown. We are here. Well, the shops are open, but my salon, my hair salon, is closed, and it's now for 3 months already. We are closed from November the 1st, and we are still closed. Now we have a date of November the 13th to reopen, but the numbers are going up, so it will not be possible. So I hope the 1st of March, and then it will be like 4 months closed. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's a difficult time, but you guys and YouTube are keeping me going. Otherwise, I will sitting there in my sofa and yeah, doing nothing. So luckily, I have this project. I'm fortunate to have received the vaccine, but still very bad in the US. Yes, I see it, it's really bad, but I'm very happy that you're already vaccinated, so you are already one step in the good direction. Okay. You deserve 1 million. Whoa, that's I don't know. I really don't know if that will be possible, 1 minute, but thank you very much. Now I'm already very happy with it, but 1 million, that sounds like not possible. But let's see. I'm not doing it for 1 million. On some point, I have to say, if I reached 80,000, I want to say, okay, I see this YouTube award play button, the silver one, and then I will say, oh, I want to have that. So I'm very happy, but like 1 million. But thank you so much that you think I deserve it. And we will see what the future brings. I will give my hair tips, and we will see. What happens happens. So don't do anything to, yeah, I don't know. I'm happy just with the 100K. Okay, I will see there are messages. Our salons are open, but the poor staff have to wear masks all day, but the customer doesn't. Yes, but we have to, last year when we reopened in May, we had to work also with the masks, my staff, myself, and also the customers. It's really difficult if you are working 8 or 10 hours a day with these masks on. It's really difficult. I think it's really damaging also your lungs if you are wearing these masks all day. But then again, there's no other way to do it. Otherwise, it's not opening your shop or not helping your clients. So it's really difficult. But let's say the end is near. Okay. So, do you make really thick hair on a guy look less poofy? How do you make? Okay, sorry. Is there a cutting technique? So if you have really thick hair, there are some ways to thin it out, but then I have to see the hair himself. Some hairs is not possible to thin it, and you can use a thinning scissor. I have my extra carriage here, so I can take something I need to show. There are some different ways to make it less thick and less poofy with a thinning shears or with a blade, but it depends on the quality of hair or the thickness of hair or many things to decide which one you have to use. There are some periods in my life that I prefer this one or this one, but as an end client and not a hairdresser, it's always safer to use this one, but you have to use one with fine teeth, otherwise you take big chunks out of it and you have to be careful how to cut it, otherwise you have blind spots, so be careful with that, but you can do it. I miss okay, this is Commercial der Haarkappers. This is something from Belgium. Hi. Okay, I love your videos. Thank you so much. I love you too. Thanks for watching always. I recently cut my own bangs and I don't know what to do. Okay, did you cut it too short? Or do you want to grow it out? This is something that you can do if you have cut a bang and you want to let it grow. The first centimeters it's poking in your eye, then it's tickling on your nose, and then you start eating it up. It's really annoying. And yes, I know. I don't have any hair, but I had hair in my life, and I have different styles. So if you are following me on Instagram and on Throwback Thursday, I show some pictures of me many years ago. You see me with hair, and I had growing out my hair, and I know what I'm talking about. It's really annoying. But if you are letting your bangs grow, then you can do a braid in your bangs, and then you can let it grow out. So let me see if I can get an example. See? So this is something you can do if you are tired of your bangs and you want to let it grow. Then you can braid it and then stick it here with the bobby pin, and it's fashionable and it's not in your way, and you can let it grow. So this is something you can do. So I hope it was worth it. Okay, okay, Ilin, it's in Dutch. She asked, are you still awake? Yes, I'm still awake because I promised I do 2 lives, and I know it's late in Belgium, but then again, if I want to reach everybody in the world, then I have to go live in midnight. But I did a live like 7 hours ago, so I did 2 lives. Thanks for the answer about the conditioner. I'm Sophia. I told you about the 100 volumes. Yes, in the first live, there was somebody saying there was 100 volumes developer, and I was hoping that it was a joke, but it's not. Sophia is from Argentina, and many hairdressers and people are using it. It's amazing. It's really amazing. 100 volumes. That's really, combining that with Quick Blue, what do you have left? That's really mind-blowing. 100 volumes. I cannot believe it. Then, and I know in Argentina or in Mexico you have stronger hair, but then again, that's amazing. It's mind-blowing for me. It's really, really mind-blowing. I have to first drink some water because with all the talking, I'm sorry. I have to stay hydrated. Okay. Somebody saying that's the fastest way to get a hair Buddha style. Well, yeah, if you are using 100 volumes, this is what you get. And And if you don't get that, then it will be like a few hairs left. But it's really amazing. 100 volumes. Whoa, mind-blowing. What do you think about home protein treatments? And what do you talk about home protein treatments? I really love protein treatments, but protein treatments is for building up your hair. It's for making your hair stronger. So they are really good for thin hair, fine hair, thin hair. Or if you are damaging your hair, proteins is also very good. And then you have moisturizing treatments, and this is really good for thicker hair and curly hair, for example. So there are two different types, but home protein treatments, is this something that you make at home? I'm never a big fan of all these kitchen-made things. There are some good things. There are very good things, and I have tried some, and they are doing something. But I always believe that a natural product needs some chemical reaction to have a better result. I love products that are organic as possible, but I think you have to need a little bit, but it's not damaging your hair, so it's good. So I don't have any problem with that. It's good for your hair, do it, no problem. What hair trends, hairstyles are coming up for 2021? Well, it's really difficult now to say because especially here in Europe, there's nearly nothing going on for new fashion styles. Normally we go for Paris or London for new hairstyles, and it's all blown off with the corona, so we have to check on the internet. And I haven't done it because normally in summer it's beginning like in February, March, and then you start seeing something that's changing for in summer. For the winter it's already passed, so for 2021 it will wait 1 minute and then you see something come up. And I always look at street styles and then you see what's happening, and then very quickly you can change it. And in every country, I learned in every country, I traveled a lot for teaching hairdressers all over Europe. And it was really strange that a fashion in Belgium or fashion in London was not the same fashion in Paris or in France or in Italy. It was very different. Like in Italy, it was always very natural, very curly. A woman has to be very natural. And in London, it has to be very special with all these crazy colors. So it's really difficult to have a fashion in every country to be the same thing. But there are always some things like curtain bangs. It comes up really quickly, like ombre, that comes up really quickly, and then it's blowing up. So that's always difficult, but it's coming up without detecting in front. It's completely, and it's nearly the youth that is starting something and it's taking off, and then all hairdressers are picking up, making their own style, and then it's starting. Like ombre was created in New York with dip dye. So they bought some peroxide, they dipped their hair inside, and then they had a dip dye. That was the start of ombre, then later soft ombre, then later baby light. Then it was the start of something new, because before dip dye there was only balayage. So something comes up really quickly in the streets with the youths. Is it good to put coconut oil in hair? I'm 9 and I don't care if it's okay to, I don't know, sorry, I don't care, I don't know. I'm 45 years old, surprise, and I have difficulties sometimes with the language and some shortcuts, I don't know many times what they mean. But I don't know if it's okay. Well, coconut oil on its own, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Coconut oil is going to moisturizing your hair. The bad thing about coconut oil is you apply it before you're coloring, but you are 9 years old, so I hope you're not coloring and I hope you don't bleach your hair. So yes, you have long hair, you need moisture, so put coconut oil on your hair, no problem. You can do that. It's fine, it's very fine. Should you use heat protection when you use flat iron? Always. Always, always, always. As soon as you are using a heat device, is it a flat iron or a curling iron, you have to use a heat protection. It's killing your hair. It's so hot, it's so warm that it's really burning your hair inside. You don't see the damage right away, but you have to protect your hair. Always. Every time. Always. Be very careful and put your flat iron as low as possible. That's very important. Don't put it very high, as low as possible. That's still, if you put it very low, still a hair dryer multiplied by 3. So that's how much damage. And if you put it on a high, that's multiplied by more than 4. So it's really damaging. So be careful. Don't do it every day. I have arguments with my daughter also with the flat irons. Don't do it every day. I know you have flat hair, you want to have straight hair, and you get up in the morning and you have one curl. It has to be gone to go to school or something, but be careful. Don't do it every day. Okay, that's the protein treatment. Home protein treatment was not homemade, but it was to do it at home and not in the salon. Of course, you do protein treatments at home. That's possible. You have to apply it. Okay, any treatment cannot be applied on the scalp, otherwise you will have a scalp problem like greasy or dandruff. But if you apply it on the lengths and tips, it's perfect to do a protein treatment on in your house and not in the salon. It's perfectly possible. You can do nothing wrong except not putting it on the scalp. So no problem. Okay. I don't know if it's. I just heard this morning that side parts are considered old lady equivalent to a male comb over. I have curly hair, so I does what it wants anyway. Yes, when you have curly hair, you have to accept it. It's not like you can change your curly hair. But I don't know what, I know what a comb over is. I made a video about a comb over. This is really bad. This is incredible. I don't know why anybody is doing a comb over yet. But these side parts, I don't know what that is, side parts of an old lady. But then again, it's not nearly as important than the male comb overs. So, I will see if I have a Q&A here. Another question. Sometimes I have an itchy scalp after washing out the conditioner. My scalp is really start itching after 2 days. I first thought it was because of the shampoo or conditioner, but it happens with every shampoo and conditioner I used. Is it because a certain ingredient of my scalp is too sensitive or dry? Well, if it's itching, it can be very, very, very possible that you have a dry scalp. If it's too dry scalp, then you will have to make a treatment on your scalp, a special scalp treatment, because a dry scalp can be very itchy. But it can also be possible that you are allergic to some ingredients of your shampoo. And then you will have to test it out with a doctor, a dermatologist, and then you will have to make a test and see what ingredients you are really allergic to. And it's take a while to figure it out. You can be lucky to find it in the first session, but it's really difficult because 2 years ago I had some problems with my hands and I was really afraid, really scared that I had to stop cutting hair because it was really bad. And I tried to test it and find out what it was. And it was perfume mix 2. You have 2 different perfume mix 1 and mix 2, and it was mix 2. So once you find out what the problem is, then you can search for a product that has not that ingredient inside. So it's really important that you find out what the problem is. Are you allergic to something? It's possible if it's itching. And in 80% of the shampoos, they're all the same ingredients. There's one ingredient, like for example, if you are allergic to nickel or allergic to SLES sulfates, then you have to search for a product without these ingredients. It takes time, but it's not very funny if you are washing your hair and it's itching. It's not nice. So you have to search why is that and are you allergic to some ingredient. So I could not help, but if it's a dry scalp, then you can treat it with a special scalp treatment for dry scalp. Okay, please answer Shelby. Shelby, I will search for Shelby. Do you have any tips to help purple last longer? Well, you have some pigments that are washing off very quickly, and it's depending on what base you are coloring your hair. If it's purple on like a fashion color, purple on white, so it's really flashy, then it's normal, it will not stay. The only thing you can do is a purple shampoo to make it more vivid in the run. If it's dark and you put purple on top, then you also can use that. But there are some pigments like red, violet, that it's coming off very, very, very quickly. And the only thing you can do is to use a shampoo with the same ingredient, with the same pigments to maintain it. And make sure that your cuticle around your hair is not completely open. What does it mean? You have to use a conditioner to close it up. There are 2 different types of treatments. You have a deep treatment, like a mask, and that goes inside your hair, but it's not closing your cuticle. If it goes inside your hair, it will stay longer, so you have a protein to build up and a moisturizing to put some extra moisturizing in your hair. If you rinse it out, then your cuticle will still be open. Then you have to use a conditioner to close up the cuticle, and if you're closing up the cuticle, then your color, any color, will stay longer. So that's really important to know. So you can use the shampoo with the same pigment, and you make sure that the cuticle is really closed. You will have more shine and your color will stay longer. So I hope that is a good answer. Okay, so I answered that. Should you ever cut your bangs? Well, 1 year ago, before lockdown, I would say no. Very, very dangerous to do it. Now many people are in lockdown. Shelby is saying thank you. I appreciate it. It's fade so fast, so I hope I helped with this answer. But if you are cutting your bangs, there are many mistakes that you can make. The first mistake I see many times, if they take it and you have to cut your bangs, or you want a straight line, but normally you will have to cut it in a little concave, a little oval shape. This is why the technique of twisting your hair once is a good thing, because twisting it will make this oval shape. But what do you see on TikTok, on YouTube, everywhere, is they twist it like 10 times. That's not helping, that's not good. So don't do that. Don't twist it three times or 4 times or 10 times. And if you want to cut your bangs, do it slowly. Do it inch by inch or a half inch by a half inch. Start at your nose. If it's long hair, start at your nose and cut a little bit shorter. Every time, a little bit shorter. That's better. If you are cutting it here and you pull it too hard, then you have straight, short bangs. So you can always cut a little bit more. If it's too short, it's too late. There's one thing you cannot reverse immediately. If it's gone, it's gone. So cut it a little bit and then a little bit shorter until you have the right length. So this is better, okay? So, and if you have cut it, if you have cut your hair, then it's also possible to do a point cutting. So go inside, very straight in your hair. Don't go with a diagonal line, then you will take chunks of it. So go straight in your hair and then you will blend it. You will soften it. So this is better. So twist it once, cut it a little bit longer, look at it, it's okay. Then you can blend it in. If it's still a little bit too long, twist it a little bit shorter until you have the right length that you want. This is very difficult. You always have to take your time if you want to color your hair, if you want to cut your hair. I see many hair fails that people are saying, I have to go to work in 2 hours, so I will color my hair very quickly. Then you know it's not going to end very good. You cannot rush it up. You have to take your time. This is very important. Okay. What questions do I have? Okay. How old are you? How old I am? How young I am? No, I'm 45. So I'm past 40. I know. It's something's going very fast. So, but I don't feel 45. I feel very young. I'm young at mind, so I don't care. I feel better than I was like 25 because I reached many things in my life and I'm more relaxed. And if something happens, it happens. And that's something different. At 25, there are other things in life that are really so important. And at the age of 45, you're saying that was not important. There are other things that are more important. And you reach so many things, you don't have to reach many other things and you are more relaxed. So people are saying life starts at 40 and I think it's not 40 and the day after I say I'm a completely different person. That's not possible. But slowly it's changing you. So yeah. So you look young. Well, thank you very much. That's why I'm growing a beard so you don't see my face so good. So half of it is covered and then a big glass so you don't see my wrinkles. So it stays younger. Okay. Please answer me. My. What did you ask? Did you ask already something? My. I will check the question of my. I don't see it straight away. I don't see any question. Can you type it again, my? Then. Okay. Can you type it again and I see if I can answer it. And the meantime, I will see if I have another question that I can... Okay, I'm probably 40% gray. I have been dyeing my hair about for 15 years. I'm tired of it, but I refuse to go all gray. What colors or new techniques should you suggest to keep me going back to the salon? Well, if somebody is saying to me, or I want to let grow out my gray, or I'm tired of coloring it and going really quickly to the salon again, is a balayage. If you are using a balayage, it softens your color, it softens your face. You don't have to go to white, but a few tones lighter than the dark parts, and then it will be less frequently that you have to go to the hair salon, and it softens your face. Many people are very dark, like black or dark brown all their lives. They start going gray and they think they still have to go to dark brown or black because it was already for many years. But your face is also changing with your hair. So you're going gray and your face needs these soft tones. Nature giving you these soft tones to match with your face. So don't go black. So go softer. If you are black, go to a little more brown, and then your regrowth will be less noticeable after like 2-3 weeks. So a balayage, I recommend always a balayage with people that are tired of going so fast to the hairdresser all the time. So a balayage is the best way to cover up or to let your gray hair growing out. Okay. Okay, now she's did her question again. After I curl my hair with a curling wand, 3-4, the curls starts to fall straight within a few hours. Is there any ways to make them last longer? Well, if you are using a curling iron and you have really long hair, it's normal that they fall out, go straight. It's really normal. You can put some hairspray on it, you can put some styling products on it, but it's really normal. What you can do is, on the roots, you take these finer curling technique, and then on the length a little bit 3-4, for example. So you curl it more, and then after a few hours it will be wavy. So for catwalks, we want to have, for example, the wavy technique. Then I use a very small one, and I do this technique, and it's really curly, but then I brush it through, and there are waves at the end, and they will stay longer. So you don't have to use always a thick curling iron to have waves. You can use a fine one, but again, on the lengths, on the tips, you will have to use a thicker one. Otherwise, that will be curly for the rest of the day. But you can use a fine, more fine than you are using on the regrowth, on the mid length, and the tips, then a bigger one. And that will stay longer, but you don't have to be afraid to brush it out. If you are using a finer one, you have to try it. For the catwalks, we are using many times a really thin curling iron to have big waves. So if you see it after we apply it, you will say, oh my god, so many curls, but at the end it's really big waves. So it's something you can try. Okay, I have a question. Let me see. I will drink, otherwise my voice is going away. I'm sorry about that. And I have a drop of water on my glass. That's live. Otherwise it will be cut out, but that's live. I have a question. It's going to be my first time to dye my hair, but I have dark brown hair. It's long. What should I do? I'm going to do it at home with my mom. But what do you want? That's the big question. I see that you have dark brown hair, but what do you want? Do you want a lighter color, or do you want a red on top? Or let me know what you want, because dark brown hair it's really difficult to do a different color on top of it. Oh, okay. I want to dye my ends blue. Yes. Well, if you have very dark brown hair, then you will have to bleach it to white. There's no other way. Otherwise, you will not see the blue. If you have yellow pigments or orange pigments, you will not see any blue. So you have to bleach it to white. So I hope you can do it without destroying your hair. But if sometimes in my salon, if somebody comes in my salon and they are asking something that I'm not completely 100% sure of not destroying or not damaging the hair, I refuse to do it. And sometimes I'm saying you have to accept that some things is not possible with your hair. So if you would come into my salon with very dark brown and you want blue tips, I don't know if I would do it. It depends on the quality of your hair, how thick your hair is, how strong your hair is. I have to see it, but there's no other way. You will have to bleach it to white. And if you are going to white, then you will have to apply blue, and it will fade out very, very, very quickly because you apply it on white. But there's no other way. And sometimes, I don't know why, but African women are very creative with wigs. And sometimes I'm wondering, if you are wanting to change your hair frequently in different kind of shades, black, silver, red, copper, blue, pink, why not investing in a good wig? This is something that is really, really important. You don't destroying your hair, and you can change as much as possible. There is a girl on YouTube that I came across not so long ago, and she is investing in. She's always buying many wigs. I think I found her already, and she's big. I'm sure that you know her. She's SS Sniper Wolf. If you are looking at her channel, she's wearing wigs in all different kinds of shades, and this is something great. You can change your hair color so frequently without damaging your hair. African people do it all the time. African people have or very, very, very short hair, or they have braids and then they put the wigs on top of it. So it's very possible. If you're buying a really good wig, invest in a very good wig, nobody is going to see it's a wig. And you can change short hair, long hair, blue, pink, yellow, ombre, you name it, without destroying your hair. So if you are a person, and you know, everybody's knowing yourself, if you are a person that's wanting to change his hair colors very frequently, think about it to invest in wigs. Coloring your hair is not damaging your hair if you don't change your hair very big, very often. So this is an advice, maybe a tip for you. Okay. Emma, thanks. Ask my friend to do my hair. You're going to be a new sub. Well, thank you very much. I'm very happy that you could that I could help. Does massaging your scalp increase hair growth? Yes and no. Your hair growth is determined inside your scalp, and it's possible that there are two layers on your hair that from stress it's pressed together. There is no bloodstream. If you are loosening it up, then it's possible that the bloodstream is more inside your hair and then more nourishing your follicle, and it will grow faster. Yes, but don't expect massive differences, but it will do something. But also, if you are having problems with greasy hair and you are massaging your scalp, that will also be more. You have more greasy hair because of you massaging your hair. So yes, it will benefit your hair growth, but don't expect like it will grow double. That will not happen. So am I saying bye? Bye. Okay. There are color wax that you can put in your hair temporary. It will go on first wash. Yes, that's possible. There are hair waxes, but be careful. If your hair is very porous, so the cuticle is completely open, there can be some pigments left in your hair. So you can really have some problems with getting it out. So be careful with that. If your hair is really dry, if you don't have any shine on your hair because the cuticle is completely open, be careful with that. But I know these products, you can use it for having crazy things. So if you want to have blue ends, but it will not be as blue as you bleached it and then put blue on top of it. It will not be the same, but that's also a very possible thing for a change. Please answer by doc. By doc. Let me see. I love how you really care about taking care of your clients and educating them to set realistic expectations. Okay, but that was not the question, I think, Sophia. It's Sophia, I think, yeah. That was not the question. Did you ask another question by doc? I don't know. I don't see it. If you have another question, please let me know. I have a question from Addison. I have a question. So I have like blue in my hair and I have colored over it many times and I want to color it blonde. How can I get the blue out? Well, with a bleach bath. Normally a bleach bath is doing the trick of getting these pigments out. So it will be possible. So if you are using a powder with 20 volumes, hot water, and then a little bit shampoo, and then you can wash it through, first on the length, then on the regrowth, and you will have to check it every minute if it's coming off. A bleach bath is the quickest, safest way to get rid of this blue. So you will have a platinum blonde left. But you have to check it that you don't over process your hair, don't go too far. If it's out, it's out, but you have to check it. So a bleach bath is, if you come in and you want to get rid of the blue, I will do a bleach bath. Is cold or hot water better for rinsing hair? Well, it's depending. You have to use hot water for rinsing out many of these products. Otherwise, many treatments are not coming out of your hair with cold water. But at the end, it's very good to use cold water. It's good for your scalp, but it's also good for shine. So it's really good if you are rinse it off with hot water and then at the end a good cold one to finish it. That's really good. And in summer it's lovely. It's making you awake, vivid. Okay. The question, oh Sophia, you are asking the question about when comb your hair if you are using leave-in conditioner. if you are having long hair and you are using a normal conditioner in the shower, then you will have to wait a few minutes to comb your hair. If you are using a leave-in conditioner, then it will be more quickly that you can comb your hair. But wait a little bit until it's absorbed in your hair, otherwise you will pull your hair and you will damaging your hair. So always wait for the product to work and then comb it. And be careful, if you are combing your hair, use a good comb. Maybe first you can use big teeth, and you can also use, there it is, wait a minute, wait, I'm right back. Okay, this is a really good one, Mason Pearson. So Mason Pearson is a brush that is really good for your hair, and it's the only brush you can use on wet hair. This is really important. If you are using a normal brush, I don't have another brush, but if you are using a normal brush, you will break your hair. There's another one that we are using. It's from Curve O. There are some hairs inside, so Curve O. I'm not sponsored here. I'm not sponsored, but I will put some links in the description after tomorrow. I think it will be tomorrow. I will search for some links so you can click on it and you can see where to buy these products. But Mason Pearson is a brush. My first Mason Pearson I was buying when I was 12. I started my education when I was 12, and I was buying, it was not that big, it was a small one. I don't think I have it here. And there's the only brushes, and it's still the same packaging as many years ago. They didn't change it. On some point I was like, change the packaging. Now it's again fashionable for have these retro packaging, so I'm really happy that they are using the same. But this is really a brush that you can use on wet hair without damaging your hair. But always make sure that you are letting the product work and then brush it or comb it. So make sure that the product is doing his job before you brushing it. I hope that was an answer to your question. What is the best hair mask for dry hair? Well, it's for dry hair, it's depending if you have thin hair or thick hair. If you have thin hair, then it will be a moisturizing mask because you have to be stronger. If you have thick hair, then it will be more thick hair is moisturizing, and fine hair is protein. Sorry, mixing up. So this is different. But if you have thick hair and it's dry, then moisturizing will be the best case to do it. But knowing, like I said before, if you are using a mask, it will go inside your hair and it will not close the cuticle, so you don't have any shine. So you have to, if you are using a treatment the best, first you have to use a mask, then you will have to use a conditioner. And it's not because I want to make sure that you are using more products. No, I don't have any relation with these brands, but this is the best way to treat your hair, with a mask and a conditioner at the end. Yes, I know it's a lot of work, but this is the best thing. A mask is going inside, restoring your hair, and a conditioner is closing the cuticle, and then you will have more shine, because your hair is not shining from itself. Otherwise you will do the lights out and then your hair will pop up. It's like shining from itself. No, it's not possible. It's a reflection of the light. And the more closed the cuticle is, the more reflection you have, you more shine. If the cuticle is open, then the light is going inside your hair and you will have no shine. So if you want more shine, then close up the cuticle. Okay? I didn't know that about mask. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm hoping that somebody is learning from my videos and from this live. That's why I'm here. And I'm always happy that I made a difference in maybe one person is having healthy hair over nice result. Well, I'm very happy with that. Okay. Is there a certain conditioner you recommend? Well, I don't recommend any brands uh, because I haven't used all the brands. And if I want to make a recommendation, then I want to be sure that I used it. You don't see many brands in my videos. I'm not so sponsored. They try. I receive mails to sponsor me, and I'm really flattered. But I want to be sure that I use it and I test it, and then I want to throw it out to you. And if I link my name, if I give my advice for a certain brand, then I'm wanted to be 100% sure it's a good product. So what do I recommend? Well, I always use in the salon as organic as possible, without SLS, without SLS, so these are sulfates, without parabens, without nickel, without resorcinol. All these bad ingredients has to be out, as organic as possible. It's not like a nature or bio product. I hate the name bio, but organic as possible. There has to be some kind of magical ingredients, some kind of chemical ingredients to work. Otherwise, completely natural. It's like an orange juice you push out on your hair, and that's natural, so it will not do nothing. But as organic as possible. But a brand, I'm using Authentic Beauty Concept and Philip Martin's. Authentic Beauty Concept is organic product from Germany. It's from Schwarzkopf, in the family of Schwarzkopf. And I use Philip Martin's. It's an Italian brand. It's also organic. But in 6 months, I can use another product. I search always for a better product, and if something comes up, I test it. Like last winter, I think we tested 5 or 6 new brands, and we came up with this Authentic Beauty Concept that we believed it was good. So we test a lot, but we don't buy very much new products. So that's the thing. Okay, thanks, you're amazing. Well, thank you very much. As a professor myself, I just love the way you teach. Well, that means a lot to me. And I think it's because English is not my mother language or my mother tongue. So my vocabulary of English is really small, and I have to use simple words to explain something. If I explain something in my own language, I can use some difficult words, and people that are not in our profession cannot understand it. So by speaking in English, it's not my mother language, so I have to use very understandable words. So I think that's useful for teaching here on YouTube, because not everybody is a hairdresser. There are hairdressers that are looking, and they are very welcome, and I'm very pleased. But there are also many just people that are not hairdressers. So I have to teach so everybody can understand what I'm saying. But I'm very happy that you say that in the comments here. Thank you very much. What can I put on in my hair to revive and make it shinier without causing it to become greasy? Well, like I said, if you want to have more shine, then you will have to close the cuticle. So a conditioner, a conditioner is the best way to make it more shiny. If you don't want to make it greasy, don't apply it on the scalp. If you apply it on the scalp, it will be greasy. Apply it on lengths and tips. That's the only thing, and many people doing it wrong in the shower. They put it on the scalp. So this is something you can learn from it. can I style my hair with a heat tool without using heat protection? No. No. It's just simple no. If you are using heat tools, curling iron, straightening iron, always use heat protection. Always. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're killing your hair. So this is really simple word. No. Sorry. It's no. You cannot. You have to use heat protection. So if there are any questions, my hair is really flat and I was wondering if you recommend any products to give it some volume. Well, if you are having flat hair, I have a mannequin and I will take it 1 minute, 1 minute. I think I had it all with me, but then again, I had no mannequin. So, I don't know. A product is always a good thing to use. For example, dry shampoo. You can put dry shampoo. It will give a lot of volume. If you have greasy hair, you can use a mousse. If you have dry hair, don't use mousse for volume. But there's a lot of products that you can use on your scalp. But if you have flat hair, try to take your hair and flip it on the other side. You can see it already if you see it here. So here is it flat. Everybody has a certain grow in their hair. Many people has it diagonally to the front. So your hair is always going to the front, okay? And here also, it's growing on this side. So you flip sides and then you will have more volume. Everybody's having, because your hair is always falling in that direction. That's something you can dry. Also, if you are drying your hair, so you put a brush, and you will have to dry your hair in the opposite direction. First dry the scalp, the regrowth, in the opposite direction. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror how your hair is growing. If it's growing diagonally to the front or down, then you will have to brush it in the opposite direction. The first centimeters, the first inches, so take a section and then dry it in the opposite direction. Don't brush it with a round brush. First apply it on the scalp. Dry it in the opposite direction, and then let it fall and you will have more volume. If it's still not staying as long as you want, you can dry it one section, dry, put some hairspray, next section, dry, and then flip it back. And you will have more volume. And then you can brush the lengths and tips with a round brush. But first, do the regrowth. First, do the roots. And you can flip sides and maybe you will have more volume. You could try that. But products are really something to have a backup. You will have to dry it in the right way. And the product should be there for a backup. A product cannot give you all the volume that you want. You will have to dry it in a certain amount of direction. So I hope that was helpful for you. Okay. Do you believe in hair serum that gives it shine? With or without silicone? Well, I believe very strongly in serum. If you have long hair, then you will have to use serum all the time. That's something you have to protect the length and tips. If it's possible without silicone. You have natural serums and that's better for your hair. So But if you have long hair, always use serum and search for the right serum for your hair. If you have thin hair, then you have to search for a slightly less greasy serum than you will have thick hair. So search for it, ask for it on the hairdresser or a lady at the shop, which one is have more oils than other ones. So, but stay away from the serums with silicone. I don't like that. So Sienna say thank you, no problem. Is bleaching a good idea if you have dry hair? No. No. Bleaching is a bad idea. It's always a bad idea. Bleaching is the most powerful product in our profession. Well, it's not the powder that is the problem, it's the developer. If you are using 30 or 40 volumes, then your hair is really damaging. So perm and bleaching, it's really bad. So if you already have dry hair, it will not be less dry if you are bleaching your hair. So it's not a good idea to bleach your hair if it's already dry, if it's already damaged. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, we are already over the 90 minutes, and I'm very happy that I had so many questions. I want to thank everybody to watch this live. It was really nice to do it, and I'm thinking about doing extra lives, maybe every month or every 2 months, and I'm thinking about a way of receiving some pictures of you. If you are sending me a picture straight with your hair away, then maybe I can give you some tips about which hairstyle is good for your shape of your face. So this is something I can do in a live in the near future, next month, maybe in 2 months, but I have to receive some pictures, and I don't know with which channel I want to receive all these pictures, maybe on my Instagram. So that's possible. So if you don't are subscribed or following me on Instagram, you can do that. Hair Buddha. You can follow me on TikTok. I know many of you find it very funny how I pronounce TikTok. I don't know why, but that's how we say it here, TikTok. But I think that's a good idea for giving you any advice on these hairstyles for your face, with sending me some pictures. Where are you from? Asks Sam. Well, I am from Belgium. I don't know if you know the place Belgium. It's really small country. If you are driving 3 hours from west to east, then it's finished. Then it's finished, and that's the longest part. If you are driving from north to south, it's 2 hours, and it's finished. So it's between France, with Paris, and Holland, Germany, and the UK, United Kingdom. We are in the middle of that, of course, with the sea in between it. So that's why that's where is Belgium. So I'm from Belgium. So I want to thank everybody, everybody that watched this live for asking me these questions. I want to thank everybody that are already subscribed to my channel. If you are not subscribed to my channel, if you want to have hair tips, if you want to see hair fails, and many other hair things, you can subscribe to my channel. And everybody that are knowing me and seeing my videos, every time I'm closing by saying ciao kus.